Right, Robbo. Wow, it's been a while since we've spoken.
Yeah, it has.
New role at Chelsea now.
Yeah.
How's that going? How's it going for you?
It's going really well, really well. I had a really good year last year. Sort of went 5 months unbeaten, and it was the longest I think for 23 years. And more importantly, we had a lot of progression up to the first team, and quite a few lads went out to America. So yeah, so far so good. We had our first game last night, which we won. So, but very young group this year. So be a real challenge. But no, it's going really well.
Well, I was just chatting to you off air, but you were here on the Wednesday night against Coventry.
I was, yeah.
What did you make of it? You know, it's a very different side to when you were here, obviously. Not just summer transfer activity for us.
Yeah.
Want to get your thoughts really on what you saw?
I'm not a pundit, so but I just really enjoyed it. I just thought it was great to see us win, great to see the fans enjoying themselves, because they haven't had a lot of joy since I was in charge back in January. So it was just great to see them win. I thought it was great energy. And it was great. So obviously I only lived 15 minutes up the road, so walking home, seeing the fans smiling, and after a great victory against a really good team was just great to see.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Coventry, the way they passed the ball around. Gustavo Ham obviously has gone to Sheffield United for 15 million. I felt like he ran the show in the first hour when he came off.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think we had a couple of really good chances early on. I think people forgot that. Like, we could have been 2-0 up really early on, which would have changed the game anyway. And you play a side of that sort of calibre, they're going to have time, but I thought we always looked to threat, and we proved that at the end with the 2 late goals. And what a great goal, the last one, fantastic goal.
And obviously we've got a great tie against Chelsea in the next round.
Yeah.
What end will you be sitting in?
I'll be behind the Chelsea dugout, so that's where we sit now. So I was gutted actually, because we got Milton Keynes on the Tuesday in the EFL Trophy. So I didn't think I was going to be able to go. So I was going. So when it was moved to the Wednesday, I was really happy. So I'll be behind the dugout. So that'll be a bit bizarre, sort of obviously looking across at Rob and that. So looking forward to that.
Should be a great occasion for us. Of course, Robert, you'll know back in the day, as I just mentioned to our Wrexham fan, we beat Chelsea all the time. It's not a big deal to us older fans,
No, I remember it.
I remember it well. Today, though, we've got an exciting day today. First home league game of the season. Wrexham visiting us. Right, what we all know about this player already, but you can give us a little bit more of an insight. What does Ollie Palmer give Wrexham today, and what do we have to be guarding up against him?
Yeah, I mean, with us, obviously, we were so young. It wasn't just what he gave us on the pitch, it was what the belief he gave the youngsters off the pitch as well, So obviously it's different now. They're going to be a lot more experienced. So all I can say in terms of what he gave us, it was so much, because the young lads entrusted in him, and we were, as we all know, we were too young, so it was a massive loss to us. But I think with Ollie, is because of his size, everyone sort of thinks about the hold-up play and that, but he's actually a really good footballer, as you know, and his link-up play is excellent, but not just his link-up play in terms of his hold-up play. He brings people into play really cleverly. He's got good feet. So obviously we're going to have to be wary of that, because he carries a real threat.
Yeah, and obviously we were talking about Elliot Lee as well. They've got a lot of players we need to be mindful of this afternoon. But from what you've seen of what you saw on Wednesday, who's stood out for you? Ali Al-Hamadi is someone that's joined us this calendar year.
Yeah.
What have you made of him?
Well, again, I only saw the other night, but he really impressed me. Strong running, and it looks like we've got pace up top, which is really, really important. And it was great to see Jake Rees come back, someone I wanted when I was there. Again, I know he'll be great around the players, and real sort of culturally really good, and just a really good footballer. I loved him first time round when he was with us, and as I said, I'm a big admirer of him. So again, I thought he did well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. The others, obviously, I don't know so much about, but
do you dare venture a scoreline prediction for this afternoon?
No, I just hope we win, really.
That's what we want.
Exactly. Just hope we win. As I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it the other night, and you get that buzz. It sort of today reminded me a little bit of the first game against Bolton. As I said, I only live 20-minute walk away, and some games when you're walking in and you just get a different feeling, and you can feel it tonight. Like their fans are mingling outside, and our fans, it's just got that real great feel to it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we were talking on the podcast about moments at Plough Lane and games that stick with you, and obviously Wednesday night felt like one of those memorable evenings. But of course, Rob, in your time here, we were thinking back to the Bolton game, obviously, and the Oxford game, the first win we had here in the league, and I'm sure that will always bring good memories back to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, obviously, the Bolton game, still the first manager to manage in front of a crowd here.
Yeah.
No one can ever take that away from me, and it was like, such an emotional day. Would love to have nicked the win, which we could have nearly, but I mean, I thought it was just a great game of football.
It was.
And the Oxford one was probably, as close to the. I mean, obviously we reached some real good heights when I took over the season before, but in terms of being live in front of crowd, that was probably as high as it got, and probably us at our best. And that was certainly a game to remember. And the atmosphere that day was great. But I thought the atmosphere last night, considering the size of the crowd, it was. I was upstairs, and it was brilliant. The fans were in great voice. It was really good.
And we expect the same today.
I would have loved to have seen in that Bolton game for Dapper Mabude to score the fourth goal. He went through.
I know.
A bit of a heavy touch there.
You're reading my mind. I was talking to someone about it the other day. They were saying, what was your favourite game? And although we didn't win, it was just. And I just said he scored, and then when he's gone through, and it's just, I know. I mean,
the roof would have come off,
I think it would have done. I think it would have done.
It would have done. And just a quick word, actually, referencing back to those times and stuff. How pleased must you be to see Jack Redoney progressing at championship level now? Yeah,
and I don't want to go into things, but there was obviously lots of things that weren't right back then, but there was a lot of things that were right, and those youngsters progressing, and we'd never sold, since we've been a professional football club, we'd never sold a player, first team player, non-academy player, and we've obviously done over £2 million of business, which has been invested into the club. So, that was a real positive from the time, even though we obviously were far too young across the board. That is a real positive from the time.
One of the interesting things from that squad which we had under you, a lot of the players have made moves to league clubs. Aaron Press has gone to Stevenage, Alfie Bendel's gone to Forest Green Rovers. So I think they just, like you said, they just needed that experience in of getting men's football.
Yeah, and it's all small margins. It's tiny margins. Like we drew 19 games that season, so it's always small margins, and it still hurts. It never goes away from you. But the things that we did get wrong, but it's great to see those lads progressing. And as I said, what they needed around them was more experience at the time. But you've got to move on now, and I'm just looking forward. Hopefully, we can kick on. And I'm looking forward to today and get us back where we need to be.
Absolutely. Well, will you be upstairs today watching from?
I'm actually here today.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully I won't get too much abuse.
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
So I'm here today, and as I said, looking forward to the Chelsea game. That'd be great. I mean, I was saying to Wimbledon fan the other night, I mean, you'll get the whole of the shed in, which would be fantastic.
Yeah.
It should be over 6,000, and it's very different to the Emirates game because I feel a bit distant at the Emirates, but at Stamford Bridge they're going to be right on top of the pitch. So it's the atmosphere will be great. There'll be Chelsea fans who obviously don't get a chance to go to league games will go because the season ticket don't count. So I think it's going to be a cracking night.
How many do you think we'll get for the away end? 6,000.
I think it's just over 6,000.
Okay.
So it's a great end to make loads of noise. So I think the atmosphere should be great.
Yeah, we're all very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a great occasion. Hopefully it'll be a great occasion today as well.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the game. But Mark, thank you very much for joining us.
Brilliant. Great to see you again. And you.
And enjoy the game and good luck for the rest of the season with Chelsea.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you. Right, we are going to head downstairs to some pitch side action that Stu's getting us slightly slanted, as we can see. So there we go. Players just warming up. Rob, you've seen the lineup. What do you make of the lineup today? Are you expecting it to be a 4-4-2? Stu's gone for maybe a 4-2-3-1. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be similar to Wednesday. A 4-4-1-1 is what I kind of see it. But then obviously we can break into a 4-2-3-1. We saw on Wednesday night obviously Sasu and Tilly on the wing, but obviously today's slight change of Nouveau on the wing. Today, but I think we're going to have two banks of four and then break from that. Be interesting to see how we compete against Wrexham, who do like to line up in a 3-5-2 formation or a 5-3-2 formation, and be interesting because that's the first time we've come across that this season. Grimsby and Coventry don't play that formation as far as I'm aware. So.